What if everything you thought you knew about Meghan Markle's pregnancies was a carefully constructed narrative? For years, quiet inconsistencies have fueled whispers. Today, those whispers escalate into a public challenge, demanding answers that could redefine royal history. We're diving deep into the extraordinary claims that suggest the truth about Archie and Lilibet's arrival is far more complex than publicly presented. At the epicenter of this royal maelstrom is an extraordinary claim from a woman identified only as DL. Her assertion is unequivocal. She is the biological mother of both Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. This isn't speculation. It's a direct public declaration that fundamentally refutes the established narrative of Meghan Markle as their birth mother. DL describes a meticulously covert surrogacy arrangement. She alleges she was engaged through a highly discreet California-based agency operating under the strictest confidentiality agreements. Her account paints a picture of Meghan Markle engaging in a feigned pregnancy, a public performance designed to create the illusion of a traditional biological birth, while DL carried the children in complete secrecy. DL claims she was kept entirely hidden from public view throughout both pregnancies. This alleged level of orchestration suggests a calculated effort to control every aspect of public perception surrounding the children's arrival, a stark contrast to typical royal transparency. If substantiated, these claims are immense. They imply the public has been presented with a carefully crafted illusion where the most intimate details of a royal family's life, the very origins of their children, have been fundamentally misrepresented. This opens a Pandora's box of questions, not just about the Sussexes' personal conduct, but about the potential knowledge or complicity of the wider royal institution. What would be the motive for such an elaborate deception? Some suggest image control, narrative management, or even navigating complex royal lineage protocols. DL's claims find fertile ground in a series of previously noted anomalies surrounding Meghan's pregnancies. The moon bump theory gained traction online, fueled by observations of Meghan's public baby bump, its apparent fluctuation in size, shape, or even instances where it seemed to fold. While often dismissed as speculative, DL's narrative of a surrogate carrying the children lends an unsettling new logic to these visual observations. The use of prosthetics would be a plausible tool to maintain a public facade of pregnancy, while the actual biological process occurred elsewhere. Beyond visual cues, Meghan's own statements regarding her pregnancy timelines have frequently generated confusion. During the Morocco tour in February 2019, reports noted her publicly stating different gestational periods, 5 months and then 6 months pregnant within weeks. While minor variations can occur, such repeated discrepancies in a public figure's pregnancy timeline become harder to explain without a hidden element. These inconsistencies are now viewed by many through a critical lens, suggesting they might have been deliberate attempts to obscure the true progression of events. Perhaps most striking was the unprecedented level of secrecy surrounding both Archie and Lilibet's births. Royal tradition typically includes clear public announcements, hospital appearances, and photo opportunities with the newborn. For Archie, the birth announcement was made hours after the fact, with no immediate hospital exit photos, a stark departure from appearances made by other royal mothers like Princess Kate. Lilibet's birth announcement, announced via their couple's Archewell website, was even more private. This extreme deviation from established royal protocol, particularly in contrast to the transparency expected of senior royals, has long raised eyebrows. In light of DL's allegations, this unusual secrecy now appears to be a calculated measure to safeguard a hidden arrangement, rather than simply a desire for personal privacy. DL's allegations are reportedly not vague. She claims substantial supporting documentation. This includes medical records pertinent to the surrogacy, financial records like hospital bills, and, crucially, legally binding non-disclosure agreements that enforced her silence throughout the process. The potential existence of such detailed documents could be pivotal in substantiating her claims, subject to intense legal scrutiny if produced. Furthermore, DL has reportedly offered personal insights into her experience, describing periods of isolation during the pregnancies and a swift discarding after the children's births. This narrative paints a picture of a controlled, transactional arrangement devoid of the typical emotional bonds associated with childbirth for the public-facing parents. Another significant detail drawing renewed attention is the initial anomaly on Archie's birth certificate. It was reported that Meghan's legal name, Rachel Meghan Markle, was initially removed and replaced only with her royal title, Her Highness the Duchess of Sussex. While later amended, this initial filing sparked considerable speculation. Legal experts suggest this unusual move could have been a deliberate legal maneuver, perhaps intended to minimize potential future legal complications or challenges regarding the children's parentage, particularly if a surrogacy was involved. Such an action could be interpreted as a preemptive measure by legal counsel to protect against future scrutiny. The absence of traditional signatures from medical professionals often found on official birth declarations has also been noted by some as contributing to the overall air of secrecy. These combined elements paint a concerning picture of deliberate concealment. The implications of DL's claims, if substantiated, reverberate far beyond Meghan and Harry personally. They strike at the very core of the British monarchy's constitutional principles and the established rules of succession. If Prince Harry was indeed aware of an alleged surrogacy and knowingly allowed a fabricated pregnancy story to unfold, it could be interpreted as constitutional fraud. The Act of Settlement 1701 dictates that succession to the British throne is determined by heirs of the body, meaning biological descendants of Sophia of Hanover. While the Succession to the Crown Act 2013 modernized aspects like male primogeniture, the fundamental requirement of biological lineage remains. A concealed surrogacy for individuals in the direct line of succession introduces unprecedented legal and dynastic challenges, raising questions about the legitimacy of their titles and their place in the royal line. This isn't merely a scandal of personal reputation, it is a potential crisis of legitimacy for an institution founded on hereditary principles. Experts are reportedly discussing the implications of such claims, with the possibility of titles being revoked for Archie and Lilibet if a deception is proven. This would be a move of immense historical significance, further severing the Sussex children's ties to the working monarchy and raising the prospect of parliamentary involvement to address such a profound constitutional challenge. The very concept of royal bloodline would come under intense scrutiny, forcing the monarchy to confront a modern dilemma with centuries-old laws. The royal family is reportedly in silent crisis mode. This suggests urgent internal reviews of royal protocols and succession rules. Discussions about potential title retractions are said to be on the table, indicating the seriousness with which these allegations are being viewed behind palace walls. This isn't just about managing public relations, it's about safeguarding the institution itself. One of the most compelling aspects of this escalating situation is the profound and conspicuous silence from Meghan Markle and Harry Prince. Despite the immense public scrutiny and the gravity of DL's very public allegations, neither the Duke nor the Duchess has issued a denial, initiated legal action against DL, or released any official statement addressing the claims. For a couple often vocal in their responses to media narratives, this lack of engagement is seen by many as highly telling. It's widely interpreted as either a tacit admission, a sign of panic, or an attempt to avoid giving the claims further credence, though the latter becomes increasingly difficult as the story gains momentum. Sources close to the couple report significant internal strain, with Prince Harry reportedly under immense pressure, isolating himself and experiencing frequent arguments with Meghan. While Meghan is said to be focused on damage control, Harry is allegedly grappling with profound personal questions of loyalty, trust, and fear regarding the impact on his family. This internal turmoil, playing out under the glare of global media, adds a deeply personal dimension to the unfolding crisis. In a move that could decisively alter the entire trajectory of the saga, DL has reportedly offered to undergo a DNA test to substantiate her claims. This offer is a direct challenge, representing the ultimate form of verifiable proof. A scientifically conclusive DNA test would provide irrefutable biological evidence capable of either validating DL's entire narrative and confirming a monumental royal deception, or unequivocally debunking her allegations.
The stakes of such a test are immeasurable. DL's legal team is reportedly preparing sworn statements and actively pushing for a televised deposition, indicating a clear intent to pursue this matter through formal legal channels. This signals an impending legal battle that, if it unfolds, could create an unprecedented public spectacle, forcing the Sussexes to confront these claims directly under oath, and potentially altering the future of the British monarchy forever. The world now awaits the next move in this extraordinary drama, understanding that a simple biological test holds the power to reveal a deeply guarded truth. So, what's your take on this? The allegations from DL are incredibly detailed. The threads of inconsistency are compelling, and the silence from Meghan Markle is truly conspicuous. If these claims prove true, we're looking at one of the biggest royal scandals in modern history, with huge implications for the Sussexes and the very future of the monarchy. The offer of a DNA test from DL is a game changer, a bold move that puts everything on the line. And the palace's reported silent crisis mode suggests they're taking this very seriously. We'll be keeping a close eye on every single development as this story continues to unfold. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe there's truth to these claims, or is it all just speculation? If you found this deep dive insightful, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analyses of the royal world. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning the narrative.